Conservative MP Lisa Raitt is stepping down as finance critic to continue discussions on the future leadership of the party. That was a quote. Raitt tweeted her decision to step down this morning, thanking the party for having the faith in her to be finance critic. If she decides to run, she will be up against MPs Maxime Bernier, Andrew Scheer, Kelly Leach, Michael Chong, Deepak O'Brien, Brad Trost, and Ontario MP Erin O'Toole, who officially announced his candidacy this morning.
Our party needs a leader with experience, a track record of getting things done, and someone with a fresh perspective. I believe that I have these qualities, and that's why I'm proud to be here today in my hometown to announce that I'm entering the race to become the next leader of the Conservative Party of Canada.
The first leadership debate takes place November 10th in Saskatoon. Conservatives will elect their new leader next May 27th. For more on the race, Mercedes Stephenson is joining us this morning from Ottawa. Good morning, Mercedes.
Good morning, Marcia.
So the field continues to grow. What do you make of the fact that Erin O'Toole is officially now in the race and Lisa Raitt has stepped down from her role?
Some very interesting developments, two potential strong candidates, two former cabinet ministers, two people who a lot of grassroots Tories were hoping would get into the race. They're well liked, they're popular, they're both seen as being, competent, capable politicians, affable personalities. That's something people are looking for in the post-Harper era. Particularly the person who has to go up against Justin Trudeau is going to have some of that warmth and charisma. In the case of both of these, not surprising. There's sort of been that ground campaign I mentioned for several weeks now, but Erin O'Toole officially declaring, making it clear that he is in fact interested in this leadership bid. Could be a very strong candidate. Lisa Raitt not quite coming out and saying that, but the fact that she stepped down from her critic portfolio is a pretty strong signal that she is at least very seriously considering this, if not already committed and just not to the point of saying it publicly yet.
Right. Her name has been mentioned since day one. Now, will we see, do you think, more candidates jump into the race?
It's entirely possible. This has been a very crowded race, and part of that is because there has been no clear front runner, which means that you're not deterring people who might otherwise have a very outside chance from leaping in. We are already seeing people falling away from it, too. Tony Clement, of course, saying that he is no longer going to run, that he just couldn't quite get the financial support, basically, that he needed in order to do this. So it is sort of one of the factors of the race is you have a lot of people who may not be there, particularly after the first debate. But initially, you've got lots of competition, and that's always healthy. The question is if the candidates start to drown each other out, or if there is nobody who could compete directly against Trudeau, if that's beneficial to the party.
All right. Now, what about Kevin O'Leary, Mercedes? We haven't heard much from him lately.
Right.
Do we know if he's interested?
Where is he?
I
don't know. I don't know
cottage?
where he is. And this is we were pondering this today in the newsroom. Where is Kevin O'Leary? Because he'd expressed interest in all of this. There hasn't been a clear front runner who could knock him out. Then he said basically he was going to go to Tony Clement's campaign and work as his economic advisor. But now Clement's out of the race. Yeah. So does that mean that he might be considering stepping in as someone else's advisor, kingmaker as he wanted to be, or maybe considering it himself? Big question mark there for somebody who was very vocal when all of this kicked off.
All right. We don't know what to read into it then. Mercedes, thank you. Good to see you.
You're welcome.
For more on the day's top stories, you can watch Mercedes later today on Power Play at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific, and again at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, right here on CTV News Channel.